Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. Here we bring you the latest developments from India's unexplored and beautiful the Northeast region, home to rich flora and fauna and full of gaiety. The region is also popular for its cuisine. In this episode, we will hear about Musambi, or a sweet lemon story from Tripura, and a story about chilies from Mizoram. We'll also hear the story of Uncle Musa, who has spent about 40 years in Arunachal Pradesh, influencing its education and reading movements at various levels in the eastern part of the state. In this edition of Northeast Diary, we also take you to a popular dance form involving acrobatics, martial arts and use of a hand-beaten drum called the pung. We are starting our journey in Agartala. Musambi, or the sweet lemon, is one of the sweet oranges grown for its pulp and juice. Commercial cultivation of Musambi fetches excellent yield and income. Not many states in the northeastern region except Assam and Mizoram have hitherto been known for commercial cultivation of this fruit plant, that is Musambi. But the scenario is gradually changing, and a good change is appearing in other northeastern states too, as many farmers and growers in several states are gradually turning to the cultivation of Musambi or sweet lemon. Here in this episode, we have a report of a successful Musambi grower who finds his hard toil and success as an example of self-sufficiency and self-reliance. This is a tale of Atmanirbhar Bharat. For more details, let's move to our Agartala correspondent, Reena.
Sweet lemon has never been cultivated on a commercial way in Tripura till a few years back. According to the officials of Horticulture Department, only 1 or 2 growers have started growing sweet lemon on a commercial way, and that signals a hopeful direction. Such a grower is Sailendra Das, who at the age of 55 has started cultivation of the sweet lemon at his orchard at Sesuria and Mohanpur under West Tripura district. Sailendra has initially planted over hundreds of saplings of Mosambi 5 years back. Presently, the small orchard is full of Mosambi plants bearing green sweet lemon. He hoped that this time his orchard will fetch 5 times more earnings than that of the first year. Talking to AIR News, Sailendra Das said,
I'm growing sweet lemon. The orchard yielded first fruits 3 years back and sold at 40,000 rupees. Last year I sold sweet lemon at 80,000 rupees. This year production has picked up. I hope I can earn 2 to 2.5 lakh rupees. My wife, my son and me work whole time with this orchard. Sometimes we engage a few laborers. My orchard has shown way to self-employment and self-reliance. I believe more youth will come forward and build this type of horticultural business. It gives good income.
The villagers said that this local Mosambi is really sweet and juicy. Sailendra Das, who is regarded as the pioneer of Mosambi cultivation in Tripura, said almost all fruits of his orchard are sold out easily to the markets in the state. He observes that the climate of Tripura is ideal for this fruit cultivation. This is Reena Nongmaithan for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Agartala.
And now we head to Kohima. School education in Nagaland has taken a giant leap towards the welfare education system in the state with the launch of various online portals for students and teachers. The recent were the Online Teachers Transfer Portal and Teachers App. Our Kohima correspondent has filed this report.
In what may help solve several issues, including proxy teachings in government institutions that has been hampering the delivery of quality education, the Department of School Education Nagaland has taken major leap in launching new initiatives through digital platforms for teachers in the state. Principal Secretary of School Education, Manipur Pung Cholom, who officially launched the portal on September last, said the commissioning of online transfer portal will ensure the required staff strength and the vacancy positions for all schools, as well as allow transparency in the functioning of the department.
In the coming days, we also continue to interact more actively with our teachers. As you all would recall, we have launched the teacher's guide for the first time in our state, so that's an equal group. Now we are taking this a little forward. In a sense, randomly we'll be taking and the teachers will be uploading their performances, daily performances of what they will be doing in the school. And if photo clip of this thing, their performance of that day, we have an election control room in our guide who will be monitoring as to what is happening in that particular school.
This new initiative of School Education Department for Teachers Online Transfer Portal became activated on October 3 and will keep up until October 31. Besides, the newly launched Teachers Portal app will help teachers connected to the required online education resources with ease and keep teachers updated with latest developments in the field of education. This will also serve as a direct communication between the Directorate, district-level officers and teachers across the districts of Nagaland. This is Asanyo for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Kohima.
Where there is a will, there is a way. And a strong willpower can turn waste into gold. An Anganwadi committee in Hailakandi has proved this by construction of a center using waste plastic bottles. And here is a report from our Silchar correspondent.
An Anganwadi center under Lala block of Hailakandi district is near about to complete construction innovatively by utilizing single-use plastic bottles and other non-biodegradable waste. Almost 12,000 plastic bottles are to be used for construction of this earthquake-resistant Anganwadi Kendra. Most of these bottles were collected through plastic banks set up by district administration under Plastic Borjan Abhiyan. Lakhi Narayan Rai, the president of Anganwadi committee, told AIR,
ये बोतल का प्लास्टिक का बोतल जो है इससे हम लोग जब वॉल बनाने का शुरू किया मिस्त्री लोग से तो मिस्त्री लोग भी वैसा मिल गया हम लोग के जे इसका काम वो लोग के पूरी मालूम है और वो लोग आइडिया भी लगा सकता है काम करने को सब मिस्त्री। इससे हम लोग देखता है जे तूफान आए या भूमिकंप आए तो इसमें भी बहुत सेफ रहेगा, इसमें भी कोई क्षति का उसका शंका नहीं है। इसमें अभी तक हम लोग बोतल का यूज 8,000 तक किया है और मैक्सिमम 3 से 4,000 और बोतल लगेगा पूरा घर कंप्लीट करने में।
This project was conceptualized in February this year with estimated cost of rupees 3.5 lakh only. The district administration, UNDP and departments of state government like education, social welfare and public work department are part of this project. Such innovations may help the society in double way. On the one hand, in managing the solid waste and on the other, reducing the cost of construction of such projects. This is Ritesh Pathak for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Silchar.
And now we meander to Gangtok. In an exercise aimed at balancing development and environment in Sikkim, the Regional Centre of Botanical Survey of India has rescued mature rhododendrons and azalea plants and orchids that contribute to the state's biodiversity. The rescue operation was undertaken during the ongoing Smart City project in Gangtok, and our correspondent has more details.
Some stretches of Gangtok's green cover need to be cleared for a smart city project. These include giant old trees, rhododendrons, orchids and azalea. Botanical Survey of India rescued 17 mature rhododendron and 20 azalea plants and 200 orchids. They were replanted on the premises of Botanical Survey of India in Gangtok and all have survived. Regional Head of Botanical Survey of India Dr. Rajiv Gogoi speaks about how development and conservation of biodiversity should go hand in hand.
Recently, we had a very good opportunity that due to some of the road widening program by the Sikkim government. So in those places where that road widening was there, a lot of plantations which was planted earlier, like that some of the very important species of this region like rhododendron, orchids were got disturbed. So Botanical Survey of India, we came into the scene and we have rescued about 17 species of full-grown rhododendron trees of the species Rhododendron arboreum. Then apart from that, maybe about 20 species of fully grown azalea trees, and along with that, some about 200 plants of about 20 species of orchid, epiphytic orchid, we have brought to our gardens, and we have rescued all those plants and properly rehabilitated those things here in our garden, and they are doing well. When there will be development, definitely some destruction will be there, but the depletion of species, those need to be properly preserved, and rehabilitation program need to be implemented such a way that the development activities also we have to go, and the damage which is caused by the development activities, that also should be compensated properly.
Botanical Survey of India was established in Sikkim in 1979 for conserving and discovering rare endangered plant species. With several planned and ongoing development projects, its role has expanded to balancing them with environmental protection. This is critical for Sikkim, which holds less than 1% of the nation's geographical area but accounts for more than 25% of its biodiversity. With Saikat Sarkar, this is Parijat Sharma for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Sikkim.
And now we move to Shillong. Well, we all know that a nation's wealth lies in its resources, and especially its human resources. A nation's human resources, that is, its men and women, ensure development and growth. Meghalaya government has made many strides by launching a number of entrepreneurial missions for locally available resources and produce. And our Shillong correspondent has filed this report.
Mushroom cultivation in Meghalaya has always been considered one of the best farming activities where farmers with low investment can earn a better livelihood. In an initiative of the Department of Agriculture, Government of Meghalaya launched the Meghalaya Mushroom Mission in 2019 by teaming up with Yacht Corporation Company Limited of Japan. The Meghalaya Mushroom Mission is a 5-year mission with a budget of 62.37 crore rupees, out of which 4 crore rupees is earmarked for production and cultivation of shiitake mushroom. One of the main objectives of the mission is to scale up mushroom production and productivity in the state from the current figure of 27 metric tons per annum to 5,000 metric tons at the end of 5 years. Assistant Director of Mushroom Development Center, Sumar Kharluki, said that there is a wave in mushroom growing among farmers, and the center is providing training and assistance to farmers.
This is the new mushrooms which we are introducing in our state. This is called shiitake. Scientifically, it's called Lentinus edidotes. There are different varieties in India. DMR, Directorate of Mushroom Research, Solon, had put different varieties. But this varieties is called 701 and 705, 905 from Japan. So this varieties, it's very good and suitable, especially for our hilly areas. So with these varieties, after the government had tied up an MOU with the Japanese companies called Yacht Corporation, that they are going to provide us the technologies, how to do about cultivation in these things. And moreover, one of the best things which we have done an agreement with them is that we have signed an MOU so that there will be a buyback agreement of all the products. As of now, people are looking for that marketing. If you produce, where are you going to sell? So we have taken care right from the MOU that they are going to buy back. This kind of arrangement is there for this shiitake.
The mission is expected to cover 1,000 mushroom farmers and entrepreneurs through a cluster-based approach. The mission will focus mainly on production of oyster mushroom, button mushroom and shiitake mushroom in 7 districts, comprising villages of East Khasi Hills, West Khasi Hills, Riboy, Southwest Khasi Hills, East Jaintia Hills, West Jaintia Hills, and West Garo Hills district of Meghalaya. This is Rustam for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Shillong.
The northeastern states of India are famous for consuming chilies of different varieties that are high on the heat quotient. Chilies are a part of the northeastern cuisine, finding place in almost all the dishes served. It is a part of their custom. If one thinks of Northeast Indian cuisine, chilies are always mentioned. Generally, green chilies or dry chilies are abundantly available in markets, and people also consume these easily available fresh chilies. Chilies are now available as powder and in paste form for easy cooking. Mizoram, which had earlier only consumed fresh chilies and chili powder bought from other states, presently stepped in to produce its own chili powder. Because chili farmers have now built up their capacity to make chili powder and sell after packaging by themselves, the state administration has extended a big help utilizing the State Rural Livelihood Mission. Here is a report from our Aizawl correspondent.
Mizoram is famous for the bird's eye chili variety, which already has geographical indication GI tag. The specific variety is largely grown in the southern part of the state's Siaha district. Almost 300 farmers in Siaha grow the bird's eye chili, but they have no market to sell their produce at a profitable rate. They mostly sell it to traders from Silchar in Assam at very cheap rates. As they do not have proper storage, they have no bargaining power and sell it off to whoever is willing to buy. Few months back, the Deputy Commissioner of the district, IAS officer Bhupesh Chaudhary, started organizing these farmers into self-help groups and formed a farmers producers organization so that the proper infrastructure could be provided to them. Talking to AIR News, Bhupesh Chaudhary shared his thoughts.
The root idea was to bring value to the product of the farmers. So whether it was organizing them in group or in FPOs or giving them machinery, providing them infrastructure and machinery. So whatever was required in that direction to bring value to the produce of the farmers, that exactly was done.
To make the farmers, manufacturers and traders of chili powder, they have been given basic business training under the State Rural Livelihood Mission. They have been imparted technical training over the best practices in chili powder production and packaging by Krishi Vigyan Kendra and Horticulture Department. Also necessary infrastructure like storehouse, processing and packaging units have been set up at Zino village. The chili farmers of Siaha presently grow chili, make chili powder and sell them after packaging. Mr. Chaudhary said,
I'm extremely happy to see the whole initiative that we started actually coming into a concrete form, and because of which the farmers are, earlier they were selling their produce at around 150 rupees per kg. Now they are selling their produce at around 750 per kg. So that's a lot of jump in their remuneration for their produce.
The bird eye chili powder has FSSAI registration too. Officials said these chili farmers are now earning 14 times more than they did years ago. A 50-gram packet of chili powder is sold at 30 rupees, which means that a farmer could earn 3,000 rupees per kg of chili. This is Irene for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Aizawl.
Today, in the Personality of the Week section, we bring you an interview with Padma Shri Satyanarayan Mundayur, or who is popularly called Uncle Musa in Arunachal Pradesh. He has spent about 40 years in the state in the field of education and influencing its reading movements. Let's listen to the interview of Padma Shri Satyanarayan Mundayur by our Itanagar correspondent Rakesh Tole.
Today in the Personality of the Week section, we bring to you an interview with Padma Shri Satyanarayan Mundayur, who is also popularly known as Uncle Musa in Arunachal Pradesh. Uncle Musa has spent about 40 years in Arunachal Pradesh, influencing the education and reading movement at various levels in the eastern part of the state.
आप रोहित यूथ लाइब्रेरी के इनिशिएटिव उसके तौर पे जानते हैं। अंकल मूसा, आपका जो एकेडमिक नाम है, जो बहुत सारे लोगों को प्रोनाउंस करने में कठिनाइयां भी होंगी, अंकल मूसा कैसे नाम हुआ आपका?
जब शुरू हो गया अरुणाचल में लिखने का, तो मुझे लगा कि बच्चों को या पढ़ने वालों को बहुत आसानी से व्यक्ति का नाम मालूम होना चाहिए। अंकल तो कॉमन है, तो मूसा छोटा नाम रखने से सबको याद करने के लिए कन्वीनियंट हो गया, बच्चों को क्यूरियोसिटी भी बढ़ाने के लिए अच्छा लगता है।
जी, आपने पढ़ने के जो हैबिट को उसको बढ़ावा देने में आपका बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन है। तो जब यहाँ पे आए थे तो उस समय जो लोग बहुत ही कम पढ़ते थे, तो यहाँ तो ये भी बोल सकते कि किताबें होती नहीं थी, बहुत कम मिलते थे। उस समय जो कठिनाइयों का जो सामना करना पड़ा वो क्या क्या था?
हम लोग जिस बैकग्राउंड से आए हैं ना, उसमें रीडिंग का बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण स्थान था। लेकिन हम जब अरुणाचल में आया देखेंगे तो बहुत ऐसे कठिनाइयां हैं बच्चों को, युवकों को, टीचर्स को, पेरेंट्स को, तो किताबों में रुचि पैदा होने का मौका ही नहीं हो रहा था। ऐसे तो बहुत स्कूल्स तो बहुत इंटीरियर है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का प्रॉब्लम था, अच्छी लाइब्रेरीज का अभाव था, तो बच्चों का मन में किताबों के प्रति एक रुचि पैदा होने से तभी ये रीडिंग मूवमेंट शुरू होगा, वो मुझे बहुत आसान से मालूम हो गया। तो इसलिए मैंने सोचा जो भी चीज रुचि से लोगों को लगना है तो वो इंटरेस्टिंग होना चाहिए। जो भी किताबें हैं बच्चों को या रीडर्स को या सुनने वालों को अच्छा लगता है, उसमें मजा आता है, उससे सुनने वालों को एक रीडिंग की तरफ एक अट्रैक्शन आ जाता है। तो वो धीरे धीरे बच्चों को इंट्रोड्यूस करने का ये प्रोग्राम शुरू किया। लेकिन वो किताब लाने के लिए थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम तो जरूर था, क्योंकि उस जमाने में डिब्रूगढ़ में ऐसे कोई बुक स्टॉल ही नहीं था। नियरेस्ट बुक स्टॉल जो हम अच्छे कुछ बुक सेलेक्ट करना है तो इधर कलकत्ता या गुवाहाटी या कभी कभी हम लोग मुंबई से ही लेके आते थे। अरुणाचल के इंटीरियर एरिया के बच्चों को देखने के लिए, कुछ पढ़ने के लिए, कुछ उसके बारे में इंट्रोडक्शन होने के लिए उनको एक मौका हो गया। शायद हो सकता है वो लोग हर किताब नहीं पढ़ा होगा, लेकिन जब बाद में बहुत सालों के बाद उनको वो टाइटल देखते हैं या किताब के बारे में कुछ कोई बोलते हैं, तब तुरंत उनको याद होगा, हाँ हमारे बचपन में हमारे स्कूल में इस तरह का अंकल मूसा ये कहानी बताया था, इसके बारे में डिस्कस किया, हम लोग एक साथ पढ़े थे, हम बहुत हंसे थे, हमको बहुत सुनने का दिल था नेक्स्ट डे उसके कहानी का बाद में क्या होगा। कोई भी किताब तो एक दिन या 4 दिन में नहीं पढ़ते थे, एक दिन एक चैप्टर पढ़ेंगे और उस दिन कंप्लीट करने के टाइम पर बता देंगे अभी क्या हो गया, अगले दिन में हम कल शाम को देखेंगे। तो स्कूल के बाद जब रात होता है, अंधेरा में बच्चों को बैठना पड़ता है, बोर होने का टाइम था, तो वो उनका मन को एक अच्छा डायरेक्शन में ले जाने के लिए, किताबों के प्रति एक रुचि पैदा करने के लिए ये ईगरनेस बहुत बहुत काम हो गया।
जी जी, बच्चों में जो रीडिंग मूवमेंट आपने लाए, उनके जो पेरेंट्स थे उन्होंने अनायास से अचानक ही एक्सेप्ट तो नहीं किया होगा, तो उनका जो रिएक्शन था क्या था?
तो इनिशियली क्या हम लोग टारगेट करते थे स्कूल के अंदर में या हॉस्टल में, तो वो उसमें पेरेंटल इन्फ्लुएंस या कोई निगेशन वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं था। प्रॉब्लम यही था उनको किताब को हम इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकते, हर जगह में किताब मिलने का सुविधा नहीं, लेकिन एक अच्छा रास्ता निकल गया, मैगजीन तब तक आना शुरू हो गया। जैसे चिल्ड्रंस वर्ल्ड धीरे धीरे 1968 के बाद चिल्ड्रन वर्ल्ड शुरू हो गया, फिर टारगेट शुरू हो गया इंडिया टुडे पब्लिशर्स का। तो ये सब बच्चों के लिए बहुत बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग टाइप का मैगजीन थे, हर महीना एक एक आते थे, नए कार्टून्स थे, फिर बाद में नंदन शुरू हो गया, चकमक शुरू हो गया, बाय द टाइम चंदा मामा शुरू हो गया, जूनियर चंदा, अमर चित्रकथा। अमर चित्रकथा का कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन बहुत ज्यादा है। ये जो उसका फाउंडर श्री अनंत पाई, उन्होंने इवन डिब्रूगढ़ तक आके उसको इंट्रोड्यूस किया था। ईटानगर में अनंत पाई आए हैं, तो काफी एरिया में अमर चित्रकथा को पब्लिसिटी मिलने के लिए एक उनका पर्सनल एफर्ट था, उसके कारण रीडिंग के लिए बहुत, ये हमारे 80s का जो यंगस्टर्स है उनको काफी फायदा हुआ है।
जी जी,
तो अनंत पाई को हम जरूर नमन करना चाहिए, उनके कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन, उनके इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरीज, वो बहुत बहुत बड़े एक कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन है।
तो आपने रीडिंग मूवमेंट में एक रेवोल्यूशन लाया ही है, साथ ही साथ आपने अरुणाचल प्रदेश में बहुत सारे पुस्तकालय खोले हैं, उसका जो नाम है बैम्बूसा लाइब्रेरी क्यों रखा गया?
जब ये एक लेवल हो गया कि हॉस्टल्स में बच्चों को किताबों मिलने का सुविधा हो गया, फिर मेरा मन गवर्नमेंट स्कूल के स्टूडेंट्स जो डे स्कॉलर्स है उनकी तरफ मेरा अटेंशन हो गया, क्योंकि उनको तो इतना भी सुविधा नहीं थी। गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में तब तक बाई 90s लाइब्रेरीज एकदम नहीं थे, ऑलमोस्ट हायर सेकेंडरी के अलावा बाकी मिडिल स्कूल, प्राइमरी स्कूल्स में ही नहीं था, तो उनको तो बुक्स के बारे में कोई आइडिया नहीं होता। तो एक ही रास्ता था, शाम को जब वो लोग फ्री होते थे, उस टाइम तो टीवी का इतना इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं था, तो बच्चों के पास काफी टाइम था, तो वो टाइम को हम किताबों की तरफ डायरेक्ट करेंगे, वो मेरा मन में आइडिया। तो इसलिए हम लोग ये इवनिंग लाइब्रेरी शुरू कर दिया। तो तेजू में डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर्स होने के कारण उस टाइम का डिप्टी कमिश्नर थे श्री प्रशांत लोखंडे जी, अभी ईटानगर में कमिश्नर है, तो उन्होंने काफी इस फील्ड में उन्होंने इंटरेस्ट लिया, तो उन्होंने ये फर्स्ट लाइब्रेरी उनकी तरफ से और हमारे MLA कारिकोकरी जी ये दोनों मिलके ये फर्स्ट लाइब्रेरी स्टार्ट हो गया। वो एक बैम्बू बिल्डिंग में था, तो इसलिए हमने यही अच्छा नाम होगा बैम्बूसा लाइब्रेरी। बैम्बू का बोटानिकल नेम।
बाद में जब ये जो लाइब्रेरी खोलने की बात हुई, पर्टिकुलरली जब हम फाइनेंस की बात करते हैं, उसमें भी कुछ डिफिकल्टीज थी होंगी, तो वो क्या क्या थे?
फाइनेंशियल चैलेंज इतना बड़ा नहीं था, जैसे किस तरह हम बच्चों को और पेरेंट्स को कन्विंस करना है कि 2 घंटा होमवर्क करने का बेनिफिट 1 ही घंटा लाइब्रेरी पढ़ने में, क्योंकि एक छोटा सा लाइब्रेरी में आने से आपको बहुत सब्जेक्ट के एक साथ फायदा मिलता है। आपका क्लास इंटरेस्टिंग बनाने के लिए आपको लाइब्रेरी का ऐसे मटेरियल्स है, आपका क्लासेस काफी इंटरेस्टिंग बना सकता था। तो यही एक बड़ा चुनौती था। अभी भी मोरलेस यही है। ज्यादा एकेडमिक प्रेशर्स आ रहे थे ट्यूशन में, स्टूडेंट्स को एस्पिरेशन था साइंस स्टडीज में। तो हमारा अरुणाचल में हम लोग इंग्लिश मीडियम एक्सेप्ट किया है, तो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में हम लोग जब तक इंग्लिश का स्टैंडर्ड इंप्रूव नहीं करते हैं तो ये बड़ा एक चुनौती रहेगा। और उसके लिए इंग्लिश एजुकेशन इंप्रूव करना है तो बच्चों को डेली 1 आवर लाइब्रेरी रीडिंग मस्ट होना चाहिए।
आपके समय जो रीडिंग हैबिट होती थी, टाइम चेंज हुआ, टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज हो गई, तो पर्टिकुलरली आज के डेट में इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ रीडिंग कितना है?
हमारे मन में ये था कि टेक्नोलॉजिकल इंटरवेंशन लाइब्रेरी मूवमेंट के लिए काफी सपोर्ट नहीं होगा, ऐसा लग रहा था। लेकिन रिसेंट लास्ट 2-3 इयर्स में जितना इनोवेशन एजुकेशनल टेक्नोलॉजी में आए हैं, जैसे नंबर ऑफ ई बुक्स और ऑडियो बुक और पिक्टोरियल बुक्स विथ वर्ड्स हाईलाइटेड वन, तो जैसे टीवी में न्यूज आते हैं, तो इस टाइप का मटेरियल छोटा छोटा कहानी के रूप में, छोटे बुक्स के रूप में मोबाइल में आना शुरू हो गया। एक टाइम बुक देखने के बाद भी बच्चों को घर का प्राइवेसी में बैठ के उसी स्टोरी को दोबारा पढ़ने के लिए और इंग्लिश सुनने का एक मौका, तो क्योंकि ऑडियो बुक से ये फायदा है कि आप मोबाइल में बुक का पेज देख भी सकते हैं। उसका
Now we have come to Manipur, which is famous for its rich art and culture and sports. The Manipuri dance is one of the selected classical dances of the country. In today's cultural section, we bring you a story on Pung Cholom of Manipur. More from our Imphal correspondent, JJ Thokchom.
This enthralling and heart-thumping sound is reverberated from the instrument called Pung of Manipur, which is also known as the Manipuri drum by others. It is the soul of Manipuri Sankirtana music and classical dance. Pung Cholom is a combination of sound of Pung and the body movement of the dancers, mainly men, which demand graceful and acrobatic skills. It takes around 10 years to conquer the art form and get the right body balance. The premier dance academy of Manipur, Jawaharlal Nehru Manipur Dance Academy, imparts the knowledge of Pung and its movement to the youths. The guru of Sankirtana Pung of this academy, Khirtimayum Kriti, said that Pung is an indispensable part of all religious and social rituals in Manipur.
The performance is presented in a standing position, simultaneously wearing a unique dress code. The Pung Cholom should be performed maintaining a unique standing stance known as Thongkhong Sava, illustrating an image of strength and agility. The Pung, by itself, enjoys a privilege in the dances of Manipur. There are several kinds of drums. It's intended for a particular occasion. The Pung is a soul of Manipuri Natya Sankirtana music and classical Manipuri dance, and is an indispensable part of all social and religious ceremonies in Manipur. Traditionally performed by men, Pung Cholom is a high-refined classical dance number characterized by the modulation of sound from a soft whisper to a thunderous climax. The dancers play energetically upon the Pung, the drum, and dance while playing the intricate time cycles characterized by complex rhythms and cross rhythms, jumps, and aerial lifts. Pung is very important for the Manipuri Vaishnava culture. It is used mainly in wedding ceremonies and Shraddha ceremonies and many ceremonies of the Manipuri people.
The rich art and culture of Manipur communicated to others about the vibrant society of Manipur, and Pung is one of the major forms of it. I am JJ Thoksom from AIR News Imphal for Northeast Diaries.
With that, we end this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us again next week. Till then, stay safe. Bye-bye.